We already have Shin mining out the mineral patches here.
Before we could even get this, to even unpack some of the features on this map. So you can mine out the minerals in this area. You know, if you both share the left side of the map, you might think, well, you're very close together, right? Well, not exactly, because they're these minerals that block this area off. But clearly, and by the way, whenever we have a brand new map, you usually see the craziest cheeses.
This is so cool.
Start out in game one. I think this could just straight up kill Stats.
Stats is already scattered. There's no hatchery here in the natural expansion. The minerals are mined out. So this should set off alarm bells back at home, but the rush has already begun. Ling speed is underway. 8 Lings on the map. 6 more reinforcing soon. Stats is throwing down a Stargate in the main base. So he's building an Adept as well, but tasteless. There's a Baneling nest going down.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. He sees it. The Lings are going to come in right when the probe spots this. Now, the drones, obviously not an ideal unit with the rush, but it's probably better to use them here to try to close this out and snowball the damage. He's going to go for the pylon. The Adept is going to be pinned in this corner. It can reduce the surface area damage and shade away, but at the same time, cannot cover the battery. And so that battery is going to unpower the gateway here in the main, and that means that one Adept is the only Adept that Stats can have for the time being.
Yeah, no more gateway units are going to be coming out. So for Stats right now, it's all about defending the main base as well as possible. Oh, the Lings, they get us around the Adept. It's able to skirt its way back to the shield battery. With some nice probe drilling, he's able to get rid of the surround on that Adept and keeps it alive. And that's critical here with Banelings soon to morph. 4 of them already morphing here in the main base of Stats. And Stats right now, he's so broke. He's not making anything out of the Stargate. He's going for Robotic Facility, only just now beginning the Void Ray. And he's just going to try and hold the main base. If he can hold the main, there's a chance that he wins this game.
Well, the Bane is going to come forward here. It does connect on top of the Adept, and he actually gets the heal off. There's still a little bit of energy inside of that battery, but so many probes are going to fall at the same time.
Oh, the shield battery gets unpowered too, so this is a critical moment right now. Oh, the Adept goes down. Worker's already down to 12 probes here for Stats. His shit is going to be reinforcing. The Void Ray is not getting produced.
Yeah.
Both shield batteries unpowered. Keep in mind, no more gateway units are going to be coming out here for Stats. He has to rely on that Void Ray. It's still 10 or 15 seconds away. He's trying to chrono boost it out, but the next round of Banelings and Lings, they're going to be coming in just a moment.
And, you know, the Void Ray is not that good against Zerglings. Obviously, it kills it, but when you have a lot of targets, it takes the Void Ray a long time to do any damage. He's going to try to target down this Bane, and he will kill it in time. 2 more Banes are going to come up. He's going to have to try to juke this over to the right side. A probe with a body block here. It actually saves a little bit more time. I want to believe that Stats can live through this, but it's hard to imagine. By the way, drones are starting to be produced. We may see the end of the rush coming in here.
Stats is surviving at home, but only barely. 10 probes in total alive. He's even having to cut workers to get, excuse me, his Immortal production online. Whereas Shin is just in almost complete control. Now, he is going to get supply block, losing some Overlords like this, but...
I love going for the cybernetic score here. This is just such a strong move because he can pull the Void Ray away, and then he can run up the ramp just like this. And I don't know how much is going to be here to block. The Immortal should come out at like the absolute perfect time. You do not want to have that Immortal attack into the...
oh, no.
Or sorry. Oh, my God. He needs to get... Okay, he doesn't get another Baneling connect on there. Now, these are Speedlings. They're going to be a lot better at killing off these probes. At the same time, 10 probes are still the number that's alive. That was what it was at before the attack. That's what it's going to be at after, too. The Nexus at the Natural also survived, which means he can produce from both the main Nexus and the Natural Nexus. It's easy to forget that when you see, you know, that Natural unpowered, and the focus is really on the main and whether or not Zerg can get the killing blow off. If you leave that infrastructure there, it's pretty easy to start back up and kind of continue off where you left the game. Natural, because you never, you know, a normal game, you both are doing your builds perfectly. You maybe lose a worker here or there, and you're trying to just develop. In a game like this, it's a crazy all-in, so both players probably have a weird sense of where exactly the other player is.
And Shin right now is going Spire. He's planning on taking it Immutus to deal with this, but this push coming in the natural expansion and the third, it doesn't get countered by Spire, so Shin's going to have to throw out as many roaches as he possibly can. Stats trying not to overextend here between the natural and the third. There is that reinforcing pylon getting built, as well as a gateway, I believe, here in the middle of the map. And Shin, try as he might to shut down that pylon with those Lings that were harassing the third base, he's not able to get it. And this is the stage of the game where Stats' army here with Blink is so microable. He can finesse so much value out of these units. Let's see if Shin's able to take the fight that he needs. I feel like he almost needs Stats to miss micro here and get surrounded by Lings, or get clumped up and get hit by Biles, but Stats' control has been so on point so far.
He does snipe the Immortal. If it wasn't an overextension, the Stalkers are going to blink in. Pretty nice Ravager hits. Now, there's a big wave of Stalkers coming in just above the screen here. It does seem like Shin has a decent arc. The question is going to be, how much more damage can these Stalkers eke out? They're a little bit more microable than the Queens and the Roaches and the Ravagers. If a big Ravager shot connects, it's going to be bad for the Protoss, but in theory, you can just continue to dodge those, warp in more, and as this damage continues to pile on, the Zerg could be broken.
And Shin on such a low larva count can't even really make Lings here. It's just pure Roach Ravager, so Stats can easily micro all of these weakened Stalkers back. And just look at the damage that he's able to get done with this. I don't think Shin's gonna be able to hold this one. Stats is blinking forward. Oh man,
Whoa.
He takes game one here against Shin. The upset train continues here for Stats.
I mean, that is so sick. What a legendary comeback there from Stats.
He was so close to getting tapped out.